You pay $15 a month for Netflix. You think you're the customer, but you're not. According to a lawsuit filed 2 days ago, you're the product. Your viewing habits, your device, your location, your household network, every time you pause, every time you skip, every time you rewatch something at 2 a.m. All of it's logged and sold. And if your kids have a profile, Texas just sued Netflix. And what they found inside is going to make you rethink every streaming service you use. For years, Netflix told everyone the same thing. We don't collect data, we don't sell data, we're a subscription company, not an advertising company. In 2020, Netflix founder Reed Hastings went on an earnings call and told investors directly, the company does not collect anything. Quote, we're not tied up with all that controversy around advertising. He said it publicly, to investors, to reassure millions of subscribers. But here's what was happening behind the scenes while he was saying that. According to the Texas lawsuit, a Netflix engineer stood up at a conference in 2016 and described the company differently. He called Netflix, and I'm quoting directly, a logging company that occasionally streams movies, their own engineer in 2016. While the CEO was telling the world they didn't collect anything. So what exactly was Netflix logging? Everything. What you watched, what you searched, what you clicked on and then didn't watch, what you skipped, what you rewatched, what time of day you watched, what device you used, what home network you were on, what apps you were running on the same device. Every single interaction on the platform became a data point. And then Netflix took all of that data and shared it with commercial data brokers and advertising technology companies. Those companies combined Netflix data with data from other platforms to build detailed profiles of who you are. And Netflix made billions of dollars a year from this, while charging you $15 a month, while telling you they weren't in the data business. Netflix didn't just track adults. The kids' profiles, the ones marketed to parents as a safe space for children, were tracked too. Every cartoon your kid watched, every show they clicked on, every time the autoplay kicked in and they watched another episode because they were too young to know to turn it off. All of it's logged, profiled, and sold. The lawsuit specifically called out Netflix's autoplay feature on kids' profiles. It's designed, intentionally engineered, to keep kids watching, and every second they keep watching generates more data. Texas is now asking the court to require Netflix to disable autoplay by default on all kids' profiles. The fact that this has to be asked for in a lawsuit in 2026 tells you everything you need to know about how seriously Netflix takes your children's privacy. Here's what makes this worse than just a data privacy story. This isn't negligence, according to Texas. This was deliberate. Netflix updated its privacy policy in 2024 after Dutch regulators found the company hadn't properly told users what it was collecting. But Texas says the updated policy is still vague, deceptive, and incomplete. And there's the internal contradiction that no PR statement can explain away. In 2016, Netflix engineers described the company as a logging company. In 2020, the CEO told investors they don't collect anything. Someone's lying, and Texas wants a court to figure out who. Netflix's response? The lawsuit lacks merit and is based on inaccurate and distorted information. They said they look forward to making their case in court. 325 million subscribers worldwide are going to be watching that case very closely. So here's what you need to understand. Netflix is not the only one doing this. This is how the entire streaming industry works. Disney, Hulu, Amazon, Apple, Peacock, HBO Max, every streaming platform collects behavioral data. Every one of them uses that data for advertising. Every one of them shares it with third parties. Netflix just got caught making specific public statements that directly contradicted what their engineers were building. Texas is part of a growing wave of state-level enforcement. California, Texas, and other states are actively pursuing cases where what a company told users diverged sharply from what the company was actually doing. Because Netflix isn't some company you've never heard of, it's in 325 million households, including yours. Texas is seeking civil penalties of up to $10,000 per violation. They want Netflix to delete all illegally collected data, stop sharing it with third parties, and disable autoplay on kids' profiles. Netflix says the lawsuit lacks merit, but here's the question worth sitting with. If Netflix truly wasn't collecting your data, why did their own engineer